on site. This job we're going to be doing D-tree heat on 8x48 planks wood look. Today, right now, we're screening out this area, long shredded, and with this tile, we want the substrate to be extremely flat. 4-foot tile, so no forgiveness for that substrate. We screed out this whole spot, screed out that one. Once that dries, we finish off the rest of the divots here and there. Tomorrow we come in, we set the D-tree heat mat, put the cable in, start setting the tile. So that's the process we take. We don't just come in here and start setting the tile and make sure everything is up to industry standards. Make sure it's correct. That way we won't ever have a cracked tile in the future. Make sure all the tile is completely supported with thinset, avoids any work. See, once you start building up here and there could potentially be a void, could eventually have a crack, you never know. So we take every step to ensure a long-lasting installation. Hello, and thank you for tuning in once again. This video we're going to be explaining how we like to prep our substrates. Now, if you can look at the video here, I'm using a 10-foot shred edge. And as usual, wipe down your substrate, making sure it's dust-free, and you also give it a nice drink so it doesn't suck the moisture out of your material too quickly. This video is pretty much going to explain how we like to address the substrates. Now, if it's real bad, you're going to want to use a self-leveler, but in most cases it's not. We can use shred edges and a patch material. I'm actually using a patch material called a Flaten NXT patch. This material is from 1/8 to about 1.5 inches, so it's real good for flattening out these areas. Now, industry standard says for a large format tile, which we're installing 8x48 here, is no more than 1/8 in 10 feet. So when we screed out with this 10-foot straight edge, we're going to be better than that. We're going to be perfectly flat in 10 feet. Ideally, on every job, you want to have the substrate as flat as possible, because thinset, all it's meant for is bonding the tile to the substrate. It's really not meant to correct substrate. It's not really meant to correct the substrate if it has a wave in it, a dip, whatever it is. I mean, it helps out, sure, in certain cases, but really you want to get it as flat as possible prior to your tile installation, because everything comes out a lot better and less chance for cracked or tiles to pop in the future. So this is the process how we like to do it. Always key in your substrate. Like I said, I'm using a flat trowel here and then a big Martin trowel to get the material out. And this was on a hot summer day, so this was drying very quickly. We did 300 square feet within about 4 or 5 hours. Was able to screed out a few different times. It was drying so quickly, but temperature will vary how fast this product dries. Just keep that in mind. So it's key it in, and then what I like to do with the shred edge is move it back and forth, kind of like a sawing motion to screed the material flat. So take a look. I hope this helps, and if you have any questions at all, please leave me a comment or send me a message. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you. Okay, same process here. We're actually screeding right off the air we just did. It's drying pretty quickly. I get my shredded right into place. Now you want to get it close as you can to the wall. That way when you do use the patch material, you don't have clumps sticking back under the screed. You want to get it close as you can and screed towards you. So once again, wipe down the substrate, keyed in with the flat side of the trowel. And how I like to do, like I was saying earlier, you can pull it straight if you want, but what I find works better is just going in a saw motion left to right. That really gets it off there good, because what happens with these patch materials is sometimes they're drying so quick that it wants to pull up on you. So when you do the sawing motion, you're keeping it tight to the substrate and making sure it's still flat. So that's just a tip for you. Alright, thank you. Alright, we're back on site here. Next day, screwed out this whole floor with Latacrete NXT patch. It's a 10-foot shriddage and that floor is dead flat. Dead flat left to right.